Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
In this second lecture of Module 2, we will specifically discuss the role and status of HR department and the HR manager. I am Dr. Shoma Singh Gupta and this project is undertaken under DTH Swayam Prabha. It is often said that HRM is the line manager's responsibility but a staff function. So what we mean by this statement? So we will divide this statement into two different paragraphs. One is HRM or personal management is a line responsibility and another one is that it is a staff function. So to begin with the first part, that is, it is a line responsibility. You know that management of personnel is the job of every manager. So in every department, they have to manage personnel in their respective departments. So it is the job of all line managers. So HRM is the job of every line manager. Then, but they have to concentrate on their specific functions also. So they cannot probably do all the jobs which is to be done by the personnel manager. So that they can specialize and concentrate on their respective function, in organizations they have separate HR department to take care of the HR functions. So that's why although each and every line manager has to deal with people and they are the line managers, but they are performing the HR task also. But to relieve them, there are HR departments which provide various type of advices and services regarding personnel to them. On the other hand, in a line organization, you will find a separate HR department also. So HR in itself is a line responsibility as well. Now the second part of the statement is that HRM or personal management is a staff function. This we have discussed earlier also. Vis-a-vis the whole organization, you will find that the personal department or the HR department is providing advices and assistance to other line managers. So they provide specialized assistance like they provide advisors, different type of services they provide to the other departments like recruitment, selection, training, development, and also they provide different types of information to the other departmental heads. They perform various functions of personnel management like recruitment, selection, training, development, compensation, and other personal services like the performance appraisal. So they help out other departments in all carrying out all these functions. Also, they provide different type of data regarding personnel to these line managers. Now, in nutshell, what is the staff role of HR department? First of all, policy initiation and formulation. Time to time, the top management modifies the personnel policies. It is the job of the HR department to assist, advise, and counsel the top management. In fact, they initiate policy change also. They study the HR department, they study the market, do the market research, and find out where changes are required, and accordingly they counsel the top management. The top management then formulate the personal policies. They may modify the previous policies, and they may modify the minor policies as well. The second function of the HR department is advise other departments. All other departmental heads are dependent on the HR department for different type of advices and for different type of facilitating services regarding personnel working under their own department. So regarding the problems of their department related to personnel, they discuss it out with the personnel department. and the personal department accordingly give them the advices and facilitates in recruiting, selection, in promoting, in training and development, in all other functions related to personnel. Also, they advise the departmental heads regarding the measures to be taken for after execution of the policies. Now, after execution of the policies, in every department they will find some resistance, isn't it? So this resistance to change is also managed by the HR department, and for that they provide advisory services, they and the facilitating services like training and development. The third type of services provided by HR department is service to top management and other department regarding all different decisions. All secretarial and executive services are provided by the personnel department. So they audit the manpower, they research the market, they collect data, they provide information, they perform the background work in all HR work like recruitment, selection, putting up the advertisements, conducting interviews, training and development programs, deciding on the compensation and advising the top management regarding changes in the compensation policies, or promotion or training policies. So these background activities are done by the HR department. The last is monitoring and control. All activities related to HR falls under this purview and their prerogative, and they help the top management in monitoring and controlling the activities of people. They conduct performance appraisal and potential appraisal on yearly basis, and to find out whether people are, or line managers and the other staff, the executives or employees, they are working according to the plans or not, according to the expected performance or not. If not, then corrective actions have to be taken. If they are doing well, then promotions and increments will be given to them. If not, then training and development programs will be arranged as a corrective action so that they can perform well. Counseling services are also provided to such employees. So this is the whole gamut of work which is done by HR department. Since all these work is advisory and in the nature of assistance and advices, so we call it staff role of HR department. We have already discussed the functions of HRM. Also, we have discussed the staff role of HR manager. Here we will put all the roles together under this heading, role of HR manager. The first role is policy initiation and formulation. This we have discussed under the staff role. So, HR manager initiates the policies, new personal policies, and help in formulating new policies, and accordingly the top management, they modify the personal policies, or they create the new personal policies. For that, all the matter, all information, advices and assistance is provided by the HR manager. Second role is the advisory role. As we have discussed that HR managers, they perform the staff role of advising to the other departmental heads as well as the top management, and in any issues pertaining to personal management, advices are given by the HR management. Whether it is related to recruitment, selection, training, development, or any other requirement related to personal management, this is fulfilled by the HR manager. The third is the problem solving role. So whenever there is a conflict, dispute which happen in the organization, or any kind of emergencies, or any kind of shortage of manpower or surplus of manpower, all these things are, all problems are sorted out by the HR manager. So they advise the line managers how to deal with these issues and help them in sorting them out. Then the fourth role is the mediator role. Now, in an organization, conflicts are bound to happen. So sometimes these conflicts take the shape of grievances, and later on it becomes a major point of crisis or point of conflict between the employees, or between employees and management. So in this situation, the HR manager, they act as firefighter. They and also they perform the role of mediation, in the sense they bring the two parties together and try to come to an amicable solution. They advise both the parties and they help them out to come to a common decision. So this is the mediator role. So this, if they perform well, then the chances of conflicts becoming major industrial strife, that can be stopped by the HR manager. Then comes the welfare role. Now, we have discussed the functions of HRM, and there we have discussed welfare function also. So HR manager ensures that in the organization, within the organization, all welfare measures are undertaken, in the sense that canteen facility, creche facility, restrooms, lunch rooms are provided to the employees. Also, they ensure that all the social security measures go to these employees. Fringe benefits are also taken care of, like transportation, housing, education of children, so, and social security measures. These are taken care of by the HR manager. Then the next role is the representative role. Now, whenever in an organization, the HR manager sometimes they play the role of spokesperson for the outside world. Whenever they are dealing with the say some authorities of government, or people from say social groups, if they question them, then HR manager, they perform the role of representative of the organization. While conducting collective bargaining or any kind of dispute settlement also, HR manager represents the organization, or the owners, or the management of the organization. So they perform this representative role. The next is the decision making role. In every aspect of management of people, decisions have to be taken. So, like recruitment source, which recruitment source has to be used, what should be the selection procedure, what kind of training and development programs should be there, what kind of compensation packages should be given to the employees. In every aspect, you will find that decisions have to be taken, and these decisions are taken by the HR manager. Now, the next role of HR manager is to conduct research. Now, we have discussed that while deciding different factors, different policies, deciding about the new policies in the organization, HR policies in the organization, you have to research well. So, HR manager has to provide those information to the top management. For other matters also, they should know what is happening in and around the organization, what is happening in the external environment, and what other organizations are providing to their employees. For all these purposes, research has to be conducted. One example may be that when we think about compensation to be given to the employees, we said that internal equity as well as external parity has to be maintained. So for internal equity purposes, you have to conduct research within the organization to find out at what level people are working, which level is higher than which level, and accordingly decide the compensation. Likewise, what other organizations are paying to the employees of similar kind. So for that also you have to do research, so to maintain external parity. Next is developing effective appraisal system in the organization. The appraisal system should be unbiased and accepted by the employees, and on the basis of that, the people are working in the organization should be appraised in an objective manner. So this is decided by the HR manager. The next role is the management and training of the employees, the development and training of the employees. This is conducted by the HR department. From time to time, they find out what is the requirement of the market, and accordingly they create a training program. They devise training tools, conduct programs, and also for managerial development, different programs are organized. Then effective communication. This is another role which is played by HR manager, that they ensure smooth communication flow in the organization. No anomalies, no chance of rumor should be there in the organization. The next role is monitoring and control. So they monitor and control the performance of different employees as well as the line managers, and for that they conduct performance appraisal and potential appraisal on a yearly basis. Then the final one, which we have discussed earlier also, assistance and service. So they provide assistance and service not only to the top management but also to different departments regarding every type of decisions related to HR. Now we have discussed the role of HR manager, and we find that they enjoy a unique status in the organization. So in different authors have given them different status. So we will discuss these statuses which have been given to HR manager one by one. So first one is specialist. We already have discussed that they specializes in management of HR. So any issue related to management of personnel, that is taken care of HR manager, whether it is recruitment, selection and all. And on the basis of that, they advises other departmental heads as well as the top management. The next status is information source. They have information regarding HR within the organization as well as what is happening in and around the organization. Say what kind of compensation is given in other organizations, so that they know the different type of laws, amendment to the laws which is which the legislation is of a particular country has included. The HR manager has the information about that too. So we can be considered as information source. Next is change agent. Now whenever a change is introduced in the organization, you will definitely find some resistance to change. Now how to manage change, that is very important, and this is done by the HR managers. They do the groundwork, they motivate the employees to take up the change, and also they help the top management in introducing the change in a planned manner. They also sometimes include the representatives of the employees while introducing the change, while taking decisions regarding the change, so that the acceptability is more. Then they have the status of controller or policeman. That means we have discussed the role of monitoring and control, so that comes under this. Then they are the liaison man. We have discussed that they are the representative, they are the firefighters. They mediate between the employees and management and resolve the issues, and also organization and the outside world. So they are the liaison or linking pin type of man between the management and employees. Also they are the linking pin, so they are the liaising man. Then the housekeeper or catering role or the welfare role we have discussed. That means they ensure that within the organization all kind of facilities are given to the employees, as well as outside the organization also, transportation, educational facility, hospitals, medical facilities are provided to the employees beside the social security schemes for them. Then they are the firefighters, in the sense that they are the problem solvers. Whenever there is a quarrel, there is any kind of dispute, they solve it out. So we can call them firefighter. And whenever there is a crisis situation, they take care of that. They are considered as lawman because they know all the labor laws and the provisions of those labor laws, and they ensure that they are implemented properly in the organization as well. Then the last one is they are the productive man. Productivity man because they ensure that there is optimum utilization of human resources. The employees, they work to their fullest potential, so that the productivity of the organization improves and the objectives could be achieved.